Hey, Weather Show with Vin Crosby subscribers, thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed to the Weather Show with Vin Crosby, please do so. Hit that like button down below. It'll help the algorithm to get the weather information out to provide safe travel, because there will be slick roads overnight tonight, tomorrow, if you're traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday in the Northwest, especially in Idaho, back into Oregon, and up around Washington. Let's get right to the maps here so I can give you the breakdown of this travel weather forecast for the slick conditions that we'll be encountering because of that area low pressure that's moving on in off the Pacific Northwest. All right, we can see there's a thin line of clouds. It doesn't look like a whole lot coming into the Pacific Northwest up around Seattle, but it will come with enough moisture to make things slick back up throughout much of Idaho and traveling Monday night and throughout the day on Tuesday into Tuesday evening. As we pull away, we can see the bigger area low pressure that's back out here in the Pacific Ocean, and then a very distinctive cold front that's associated with it stretching down to the southwest just offshore. This will continue to press towards the east overnight tonight, and eventually that thin line of clouds that's out over the ocean will move on into the inland areas and start spreading precipitation. The clouds way out in advance are high cirrus clouds, and then right along the front we see this concentrated area of cloudiness, and underneath those clouds that's the showers or the moisture that will be moving on through and bringing us a chance of some snow in the overnight hours. Let's go and take a look and pinpoint exactly what is going to be coming on in towards our region as we slide this slider over. This is going in through 11 o'clock tonight, back towards Seattle. And then as we expand it towards the east on in towards 5 o'clock in the morning, we can see a tremendous amount of snow that's moving on through the region. I guess I shouldn't use the word tremendous, but we are going to see some snow move on through the region to bring some slick roads. So if you're traveling in the early morning hours or going in throughout much of the day on Tuesday, especially up on the higher elevations, you will get some slick conditions. Not a lot coming on down through the Treasure Valley. As you can see through here, there is some snow that will be falling throughout much of the Bogus Basin area, back up through Idaho City. We're looking maybe around a quarter of an inch to maybe a half inch of snow, so a dusting to an inch in some of these mountainous regions. Again, this is up to 11 o'clock in the morning on your Tuesday. So you can see up along 21, there'll be some slick roads there, snow coming down anywhere from a dusting to an inch. And then going up Highway 55, we see a pretty good deal of moisture coming into the west central mountains, back up through Donnelly and Cascade. We see the oranges there. This is a 6-hour snowfall total. So the oranges there are some pretty significant snows up in the mountains, just about a half inch or so falling from Cascade on up through Donnelly, and then back up over towards Tamarack. It looks like about an inch, inch and a half, going in through about 11 o'clock in the morning, and some of those higher elevations could pick up a little bit more. Expanding to the north, through Donnelly, on up through McCall, again about a half inch to maybe even a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of an inch of snow, close to an inch, coming down by 11 o'clock in the morning. So traveling Highway 55, slick conditions on the roadways up through here. Brundage Mountain getting up to maybe an inch to 2 inches of snow by 11 o'clock in the morning. And then as we pull away, I know there's a lot of folks that travel 95, perhaps coming down from the U of I, coming back down from Moscow, going on down towards the south to Boise to travel home for the holidays. There will be some slick conditions coming out of the New Meadows area. Not a lot of snow, but as you get just a little bit to the north, we start to see some snow coming down in those roads of 95 heading up towards Riggins. Riggins, not a whole lot of precipitation because of the lower elevations there, but just outside of Riggins. And as we get up a little bit towards the north, up towards maybe Grand Jean, we will see some snows coming on down, or Granger rather, snows coming on down across 95. Got a little lost there. Let's go back up along 95 here. You can see a half inch of snow to maybe to 3/4 of an inch of snow by 11 o'clock in the morning along 95, a Highway 95 as well, back up towards the north by Cottonwood, and even further north, getting up towards Lewiston and eventually back up towards Moscow. We'll see some snow on the road. So not a whole lot of snow, but enough. Boy, if you hit those brakes quick to maybe slide off the road and maybe slide into the other lane, and you don't want that, that's for sure, traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Back up towards Lewiston as we slide it towards the afternoon hours and to around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the snows taper off there. coming down towards the southwest central and the Boise Mountains, we see there's still some snow flying and maybe another inch, maybe another half inch of snow in those higher elevations from McCall all the way back down through Donley and back down towards Tamarack. So some significant snows coming through with this little band of moisture moving on through. It will provide some nice snows for the mountains, as we've been talking about over the past couple of weeks or so. Brundage in the afternoon picking up another inch, maybe inch and a half, so maybe 3 to 4 inches on the ground by this time. Down around McCall, you can see another half inch there. So the city of McCall getting some slick travel too, slick roads rather, coming through the city of McCall. Watch out there. It is such a pretty time in these areas, though, when you get the snow on the ground, especially around Thanksgiving. That's very welcomed, of course, and we're looking for a pretty good snow. We'll talk about that coming on up as we go into the afternoon hours and then going back up 95, just to let you know that the snow will be accumulating in some areas along 95, going up towards Riggins and even points on further to the north. So watch out if traveling south along 95, north along 95 in the state of Idaho. Roads will be slick, bridges and overpasses, of course, freeze first. And don't forget to comment on the video, maybe on your travel weather conditions. Maybe you know somebody who's traveling and went through some slick conditions. Tell us how the road conditions are. There are other storms kind of mounting and moving on in from the northwest, and they are going to bring a lot of snow into the early stages of December. You can see my snowpack forecast for the west right here with this video. Please subscribe to the Weather Show with Vin Crosby on YouTube. Tell your friends and family to do the same. Share this on your favorite social media outlet. And thanks for tuning into the Weather Show. We'll be bringing you travel weather forecast and winter weather outlooks all through this very busy and active winter weather season in the Pacific Northwest.